GlobalScaleRadio.net.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
GlobalScaleRadio.net.
If you're lying, then you must be half stepping.
Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J back once again for a live show. Get down with us tonight. 804-447-0601. 804-447-0601 to be down with Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J on November 5th, 2012, Monday night. The time is 7 p.m. day before Election Day. Marcus J. Ain't No Half Stepping. We are glad to be here. We're glad that you're listening to us. If you are listening to us in the tri-state area, we got extra love that we sending to you, all that you've been through in the last 7 days since the storm that we had up there in the area. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J is live on GlobalScaleRadio.net, on MixLR. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, co-hosted by Big Rube, Carlton Banks, and our special guest in the building, who I'll introduce to you guys momentarily. We are so thankful for those of you who are able to listen to us here on the show tonight. We got a hot one for you. We're going to get into a whole lot of stuff. Of course, we always get into how things went for us the last few days, but we ain't going to spend a lot of time on that tonight because we are back with the National Basketball Association. We're going to get into some NBA action, which is fantastic. We got the return of your man Kdub. He's going to join us tonight. He's going to talk to us about the NBA. And then, of course, we got the NFL, National Football League. We got 3 sad souls in the building. We all lost, and we all rooting for the New Orleans Saints tonight. But we're going to get into that as well. And then the final hour, we're going to talk about what's going on in the tri-state area. We got the storm. And then, of course, tomorrow is Election Day, so we're going to get into that as well here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. So we got a live show. We got a full show, and we're just glad that everybody who's listening to us is healthy, is happy, and is able to join us tonight and get it in with the crew, Carlton Banks, Marcus J, and Big Rube. And as we do every single week, we go around the room, we holler at the fellas, see how everybody's doing, and we're going to start with my main man on my right, my homie, Carlton Banks. What's up, brother?
Man, you know I'm hating life right now. That's all I can say.
What's
My
the deal?
boys was supposed to win last night. Had it for him. I hear snickering over in the corner over there looking like a Carolina Tar Heel in that tight sweater he wearing. But I ain't going to say much of anything else. Other than that, I had a good weekend. My Silver Jackals pulled out a victory 3-2. So that's the one thing I had to be proud about. My Silver Jackals.
Silver Jackals. Is that the name of the boys' team?
Yeah, that's the name of this team. He didn't get a goal this week, but, he hustled. No, did you get a goal this week?
No.
Oh, okay.
Lil Banks is in the building, and
you did score a goal this week.
He's a man of very few words. Did he score a goal?
Yeah, he did.
In one word, no.
Yeah, he had a goal. He just doesn't remember.
It is what it is, Carlton Banks. You have a good weekend aside from that, man?
Yeah, I can't complain.
Nobody
hang out with Pops for a little bit.
Yeah, you guys did it. You guys did a job.
Yeah, we had a job to do. We had to take care of Mr. Thornton. Frank Thornton, he was a city councilman.
Yeah, but he's also on the faculty of Virginia Union University.
Right.
And whatnot. So it's good to hear that you guys had a good weekend and everything went well for you. So I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, he was recognized for 16 years of service to the county.
Wow.
So.
Which is it, Henrico or Chesterfield in the Virginia area?
I want to say Henrico.
Okay. All right. Well, Ain't No Half Stepping, Marcus J, Big Rogue.
Yeah.
Big Rube.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
Doing all right?
You know it.
How was the weekend?
I was good. Got to see my niece play volleyball. She was in a district tournament. You know, they won the first game. Shout out to Bluestone Barons up in South Hill, VA. They won the first game, but then they lost the championship game. But, you know, my niece, who is going to the Naval Academy on a volleyball scholarship,
Good God.
full ride.
Go ahead, girl.
Full ride. Also became the two-time player of the year in her district, which was beautiful. So, you know, it was a good time spending with the niece and my sister-in-law, and my other niece was there too. So it was a good time.
It's a good time.
The parental units came out too. So, you know, it was good little family.
Got to see the family. Got to see the family. You know how Steppin.
How tall is she, Ruth? I'm sorry.
Oh, she's 6'2".
Your niece is 6'2"?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How tall is her mother and father?
Her mother is about
5'9".
5'11". Her father's about 5'11".
Wow.
She's got height in her family.
Okay. How old is she?
How old is she?
Yeah.
She is 17.
Wow. She's 6'2" at 17. That's
Yeah,
what's
and when
up.
she comes with the spike, she's scared. She's scared the little poor girls to death, man. Because she gets about 5 feet off the ground, and she pulls back like she's gonna destroy that volleyball.
And
they just tremble in fear.
And she tears them up.
Most definitely. And
you know how Steppin with Marcus J. I want to take this opportunity to kind of briefly share my weekend before I introduce our two guests that we have for this segment here. My weekend was cool. Literally, I did nothing. Went shopping with the fam on Saturday. Stocked the house. That's boring, so I won't go further. Spent yesterday watching the games and whatnot, and I was happy about 2 of the games and unhappy about 1, which we'll get into a little bit more in the next segment. But I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to introduce live in the studio with us the return of your girl April P. What's up, girl?
Hello, I'm back.
You're back. We're good to see you.
Thank you.
Looking all good over there, girl.
I try.
Yeah, well,
it
good.
takes a Giants fan to appreciate this beauty.
That's what it is, man. Because Giants fans and Redskins fans have class.
Exactly.
And we can show class amongst each other.
Exactly.
And love and all that kind of stuff.
Except for that in the corner.
Yeah,
See,
that
problem.
guy. So did you have a good weekend? Has everything been okay with you since we last was blessed with
you last saw me? I had a brain MRI. I actually left work early one day with like headaches and nerve firings off and all this stuff.
Wow.
So I had I've had one brain MRI since then.
Does it still work?
Well, Wednesday.
Like the brain,
yeah,
it still works?
Works.
Yeah.
But
everything okay?
I'm not really. They didn't like what they saw, so I'm going to the neurologist Wednesday, and
probably wasn't right for me to make that joke then.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see.
So you're dealing with headaches and stuff right now?
Yeah, I'm dealing with headaches. Friday, I went to my nephew's football game, local high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we win?
They won, but without him, he got a concussion on the first play of the game, so he was out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool.
And I went to homecoming.
That's right.
Since I left.
On the Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J photo shoot, the photographs on the Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J fan page. So if you want to check it out and see how handsome Carlton Banks and Big Rube and Marcus J are, and how pretty Tony M and Lissa P and Arthur Charisma, the dating pool diva, are, check that out. Of course, we missed April P that particular day because she was away on homecoming. Another person that we also missed on that day was your man Kdub, who's joining us now live in the ATL. Is going to talk to us about the National Basketball Association. What's up, bruh?
What's good?
It's good to talk to you, man. It's been a while since we had you here on the airwave. How you doing down there, man?
I'm good, man. You know, hey, I'm blessed, bro. You know, you and I from the same spot, so you know we thinking about our people up in New Jersey, New York area. That's you know, trying to get life back to ordinary. So you know, I'm blessed in comparison. Very blessed.
Yeah, we definitely blessed. For those of you who don't know, Kdub and I grew up as brothers, as cousins. Met each other when we were 2 years old, literally. And grew up together. Our families literally lived walking distance from each other, and we're out of power up until Friday. Dub, was it?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Some people that you know,
and
people that we know that still don't have any power. So you know.
one thing that we're going to do throughout the show tonight is we're going to show some love to the people in the tri-state area, particularly our hometown in Jersey City and all throughout the state of New Jersey, as well as Kdub, check your phone. We got a little bit of interference there. And also we got a lot of family in the New York City area. We had some fam I spoke with today in Queens, and that just got power literally within the last couple hours. I spoke to this morning, didn't have power this morning. They got it now. So throughout the show, we're going to be giving out some information on how you can assist those folks. So if you want to donate money to the Red Cross, hit them up at redcross.org. Or you can contact them by phone at 1-800-RED-CROSS. Or if you want to donate $10 directly to the Red Cross, text Red Cross to 90999. 9099, text Red Cross to 9099, or hit them on redcross.org to determine how much you like to donate. We're going to give that information out periodically throughout the show because we want to dedicate tonight's show to the people who have lost family members, who have lost property, who just basically been uncomfortable as hell for the last week here in the Richmond, Virginia area. We've been through it. We've had storms. We know what it's like to be without power for a few days, but these people going on over a week, so we want to make sure that we show them some love. So we're going to leave it there with regards to that. We'll come back to it. We'll say that a few times. What I want to do, Dub, is kind of talk to you about what we got you on the line to talk about, and that's the National Basketball Association. It's always good to have that kind of conversation because that means basketball is back in full force. It started last week on last Tuesday. The first game that I remember watching was the Miami Heat get their rings against the Boston Celtics, then go out and bust that ass. So let's talk a little bit about the Miami Heat and what you've seen from them so far as they start their defense of their championship from a year ago.
Miami looking, I mean, it's still early, very early. You know, they still might be, still a little drunk off the champagne or what have you. But, Miami's they're going to, every night what Miami has to realize is that they're going to get everybody punch. They're going to try to knock them out. Everywhere they go, everybody's going to be on their A game to try to take them down. So, Miami, from what I see, they're going to be just like any other team that's, the upper notch of their particular conference. They're going to have some good games, have some bad games, or what have you. I think, in the wash, Miami will be all right, man.
Miami Heat, I tell you, I spent a whole lot of time last year saying some not nice things about the guy that wears number 6 for that team. And, I said I'm not going to call him by my pet name, LaFraud, anymore. I'm not going to. LeBron James in his third season there won that chip. Well, it's third season now. Won that chip last year in the second season. So I'm not going to call him that no more. I'm no fan of Miami Heat, but I'm not going to be disrespectful on that level. I'm actually going to find reasons on the court to talk about them. And there's a game that they played on Friday night in Madison Square Garden that I'm going to come back to. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to save that for a minute. But what I want you to address, and I'm going to actually get Big Rube's take on this before you get in on this one, Kata, I want Big Rube to jump in at this point because the Los Angeles Lakers have started. They won last night, but for last night's win, they started off 0-3 for the first time since 1978-79. For most people who haven't been paying attention over the last 34 years, that was the year before Irvin Magic Johnson was drafted to play for the Lakers. So the Lakers have had a great run for the last 30-plus years. Kobe Bean Bryant, who is a guy that plays for the Lakers, I think most of you have heard of him, has said some things about the fans. He basically told them to shut the hell up, quit tripping, because we the Lakers, we win. Y'all used to seeing us win. Why y'all tripping? We only lost a game or 2 games or whatever it was at the time. And he basically questioned the fans' intelligence for questioning the fact that the Lakers aren't playing the kind of ball that we expect to see from them, of course, through 1 or 2 games. Now, keep in mind, Big Rube, the Lakers had not won a game at all through the preseason. So you add the games that they had lost towards the end of last season, and Lakers have been looking too good over the last 10 games or so. He said, quote, "I'll say it for Brown. Everybody, shut up. Let us work, and at the end of the day, you'll be happy with the result." Kobe Bryant, I just don't understand. The city here, for me, not trying to bite my tongue and not calling them dumb, which I kind of just did, But they've seen us win multiple championships here playing in an offense that was tough to learn. They know how that stuff works. So for them to be so stupid now and say, let Steve dribble the ball around and creates opportunities for everybody, let's Dwight post up, or let me ISO, I won't say idiotic, but it's close. That is a very strong statement that Kobe Bean Bryant had towards the fans of the Los Angeles Lakers, most of whom should be in Los Angeles. Some of y'all here in Richmond, Virginia on the East Coast. What you got to say about that, Big Rube? Your star player just called you an idiot.
He didn't call me an idiot. I'm not the one complaining.
Okay.
I mean, straight up, he was right. You know, people ready to call we need to get this. I mean, we ready to call the fire department before a fire even starts. Real talk. He was completely right. I completely agree with him. And you know what? He can say things like that because he got 5 chips. And you know what? The fans are going to take it because he got 5 chips in the same place. And you know, furthermore, I mean, it's 4 games in the season. There are 82 games. So what? They lost the first 3. Big deal. So what stat says people who lose the first 3 games don't make the playoffs? It is 82 freaking games. Let it go. Do what they got to do. And furthermore, he's right. Because if he wanted to play like the Miami Heat, he would do, hey, let him post up, let him ISO, and let Steve Nash dribble the ball around. Because last time I checked, that's the way the Heat play. I mean, that's it. What you got, Kdub?
Yo, you know what? You're absolutely right. I agree 100% with what Rube just said. 100%. You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, shit ain't sinking. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. They just won. They won against, granted, it was against Detroit last night. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to, throw the baby out with the bathwater at this particular point either. Now, I will say this, though, Rube. I have a funny hunch that if they don't right this shit within, or let's say they play 500 for the next, let's say December, let's say Christmas. I think that at that particular point they're gonna start rumbling saying that Mike Brown can't get it done.
I mean, you're probably right, but you know what? Kobe has backed Mike Brown. Everybody has backed Mike Brown. They're running a hybrid of the Princeton offense. It's not like they're doing Showtime, because last time I checked, anybody can do Showtime. Basically, they're running the Princeton offense to slow the game down, and then they can do a little Showtime when necessary. You know, it takes time. They haven't played in 4 months. Let it go. April P., I heard you got something.
No, I was just going to agree with what you guys are saying. I never understood in baseball and basketball why fans get so critical at the beginning of the season, and your season has so many games. It's not football and you're 0-4. Exactly. You have 162 games. You have 82 games. If they run their table out, no one is going to remember these 4 games. What do you think, Corey?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to tell you like this. I don't like for Kobe. I hope they lose all 82 games. That's my take on it. But again, this is a season where you got 2 new components, and a 5-man roster. So 40% of your roster is new, and you got to learn how to play with that 40%.
A 5-man roster?
Okay. You know what, Ruben? You missed the context. Okay,
I think we know what he meant. Go
so
ahead,
you got a 5-man roster. You got 2 new components. That's right, I said it. And you got to worry about who you got to get that style of play in. Again, these guys aren't so much in the prime of their life anymore. You have my man Dwight coming off of back surgery. He's been hurt. He didn't play a lot during the summer. So it's going to be a give and take. Steve Nash is in the offense that he's not used to. But, hey, give him some time. Probably about game 50, they'll be above 500.
Here's my thought on it. I agree with everything he said. My only issue is with how he said it. I got an issue with him calling the fans idiots, or basically alluding to their stupidity and idiocy. That's where my issue comes in. And when I was talking with folks about this a couple of days ago, basically everybody knows where I stand. I'm that guy that doesn't like end zone celebrations. I'm that guy that when you hit a home run, you don't stand there and watch the ball. You run around the bases. I'm that guy. I'm that guy who likes Derek Jeter, Eli Manning, who hit a home run or grounds to the pitcher and runs hard to first base when he knows he's going to get thrown out. I'm that guy that when you cross the line to score a touchdown, you hand the ball to the referee and act like you've been here before. I'm that guy. So when I see Kobe Bean Bryant refer to his fan set as being idiots, I'm just not cool with referring to your fans in that way, and that's my take on it. I agree with what he said. I just didn't like how he referred to his fans. April P., you want to bring up our next segment?
I do, if you don't mind. Kdub, I am not privy to cable and ESPN, so I don't get the all day, commentary on everything. But what I did want to ask you about, Harden to Houston, was that more of a money move for Harden, or did he want to go somewhere where maybe they could build around him and he can be that number one guy instead of part of a triple threat?
I believe that in my own opinion, I think that was straight money.
Okay.
So he came into the league, and from what I heard, from what I got was, when he came into the league, he just wanted to fit in somewhere. He didn't want to go somewhere where he was the rookie, wanting to have that pressure on him. But now, since he's been through pretty much some of the wars or what have you with Oklahoma City. Right now you're seeing the fruits of it. Mm-hmm. He's had 37 and 45 in the first two games. So I think he figured as though, like, hey, they're not going to pay me X amount of dollars. I'm going to take my services elsewhere and put the team on my back.
I got you.
The funny thing about that is, Kato, I would they get like a third round pick. A second round pick. Sorry.
They actually got they got two players in the pick, I believe.
Yeah, I think that Harden has already paid for himself. And he's going to continue to pay for himself. It would not be shocking to see Harden lead the league in points this year. Because really, who else is going to score for Houston?
I think you done lost your damn mind, big bro.
I don't think he'll lead the league until Durant actually gets an injury or doesn't play the whole season.
I think you done lost your damn mind.
I think he's going to lead the league in scoring for the next few years.
That comment right there is a prime example of somebody who gets caught up in game 2 of a season who 5 minutes ago just said it's an 82-game season, but then he forgot that quick.
Have you seen Houston play?
Yeah, he scored all right, K-Dub, you got the numbers. He scored more points in the first 2 games than anybody who wasn't a rookie scored in the first 2 games in the season. But it's 2 freaking games. It's 2 games.
But it's not the point of the 2 games, of what my opinion is. Basically, he scored fairly effortlessly. Now, you can say the 2 teams that he played against were okay, but let's just be honest. If he scores 28 points a game, he's going to lead the league in scoring. Nobody's going to average 30 points anymore. And right now, he's averaging...
Nobody. Carmelo right now is averaging 28. Hold up, Dub. Carmelo right now is averaging 28 in 2 games. So who's to say that if he scores 32 tonight against Philadelphia in Philadelphia, that right there is going to put him at 29. He scores 32 again, then he's at 30. And if he does that the rest of the way, people do it, Ruben.
But I'm saying, in the way the NBA is played now, no one will average 30 points a game. You're trying to sit here and tell me last year LeBron won averaging 27.4, some craziness.
So basically, what you're telling me is because LeBron averaged 27 last year, James Harden is going to top that off of the first 2 games. The same guy who is a perennial 6 man.
And I will say that one, I didn't say James Harden will average 30 points a game. I say he will lead the league in scoring. Why? Because nobody else in Houston can score. He's going to be easily the number 1 scoring threat on that team. Tell me somebody else who can score.
Well,
my man Jeremy Lin.
He gonna have 20 points a game.
He's not a scorer, but I understand the point that he's making, and I'm glad that he brought that up, Kdub. That was my next question I was going to ask you. You and I both as Knicks fans, and I'm going to get into my opinion on the Knicks and Jeremy Lin in a moment, but Jeremy Lin's now Houston Rocket. Had a pretty good, decent first 2 games with James Harden. James Harden, by the way, tweaked his ankle against the Trailblazers, so who knows if he's going to be hobbled in the next couple of games. But Dub, Jeremy Lin, what's your thoughts?
Ain't no thoughts on him, man. I mean, he's a decent point guard or what have you. I will say this, though, honestly. I think by James Harden coming there, pressure and him having 3 successful games, what have you, it takes a lot of pressure off of Jeremy Lin to produce, whether that's points, whether that's assists, or whatever. It takes a little bit of pressure off him. But by James Harden being there, and listen, man, Rube, he's averaging 35.3 this season so far. He played 3 games. Kobe is averaging basically 27 on 4 games. So, it's too early to say that he's going to be the scoring leader, man. And then you look at your prime. A lot of I disagree. You could be wrong. You could be right. That's just my opinion.
But since
I can't see him doing that for the rest of the season.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying basically that there are no other people in Houston who are you going to consider a scoring threat. So the scoring load is on him more so, whereas in L.A. you got 4 superstars. In Miami you got 3. Anybody there, I mean, Oklahoma City got 2. Anybody there can score big points any given night. In Houston, it's just James Harden.
Well, the only thing that I'll say to that, Ruben, is there are a lot of teams around the league who have that one guy who's the scoring guy for that guy. Doesn't mean that guy's in line to be the scoring champion. And I gave you a minute ago, I gave you Carmelo Anthony. I do want to get some Nick talk in here. That's the reason why I'm going to transition with Carmelo Anthony, who's averaging 28 right now. Now, like Kdub mentioned that Kobe is averaging 27 in 4 games. Carmelo's averaging 28 in 2 games. They play again tonight against the same team he scored 27 against last night or yesterday during the day. So I think it's too early to be having those kinds of conversations. But I do want to ask you, Dub, about the Knicks, and I'll kind of start off by kind of throwing in my little 2 cents on them, then have you piggyback before we end the segment. I'm watching them. I don't want anybody to get any illusions with regards to the Knicks because at the end of the day, it's 2 games. They came out on the first game of the season, should have been played on Thursday, was played on Friday because they canceled the game against the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn because of the storm. Miami comes in. They don't want to be there. Dwayne Wade said before the game was even played, we shouldn't be playing this game. And then when you watch them, they came out and played like they didn't want to be there. And, of course, the Knicks beat that ass by 20 points. That's what you do against a team that doesn't want to be there. Now, they came out with tenacious defense. Can nobody say that they didn't? If you're a hater, you might say so, but you didn't watch the game because if you watched them, you know they came out tenacious just like they did yesterday and beating Philadelphia by 16 or 17 points. The defense was ferocious, led by, of all people, Carmelo Anthony, who most people say don't play any defense. Now, I still say the Knicks are not a 60-win team like some people think they are. I think the ceiling for this team is somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 to 52, somewhere in that range is the ceiling. I think that should be enough to get them a top 4 seed in the East because really the only teams you really need to worry about as far as I'm concerned is Miami and Boston. I'm not seeing it from the Brooklyn Nets. They're not playing at full strength, but I'm just not seeing it with them. So, Dub, pick up there. What's your Knicks thoughts? I didn't even mention Raymond Felton, who is a very good replacement for the departed Jeremy Lin. Pick up there, bro.
Yo, hey, I piggyback on what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Add to the equation. If you're a person that watches them on a consistent basis, what you will see is that a lot more individuals are committed to defense. You take, and as well as changing a lot of things about them. You have, for instance, J.R. Smith, who's playing defense, who's not taking shots that he normally would take as what we would call maybe bad shots or what have you. You have a lot more individuals focusing on basically defense. And you look at the way that they're playing. You have Jason Kidd out there. You have a lot of different things. They're one of the few teams right now. I want to say maybe one of only maybe 2 teams, and I have that's going to stretch because I have to sit down and think about it. That can go 2 to 3 deep per position. That's one of the things that's rare in the league right now. So I mean, it's still early. It's very early. I mean, it's very early.
I just got a hit from your man T. Hunt in Delaware. Thanks for listening, bro. Who said that Harden is not going to lead the league in scoring. Big Rube.
Okay, whatever.
Right there.
I'm just, baby. I mean, it is what it is. But I will say, if you think you'll get a number 4 seed in the East, then you need to win more than 45 games.
Hey, Kdub, just hear this right quick. At least he's not saying Kobe's going to be leading the league in scoring. So at least he's not giving his Lakers any credit.
Geez.
So let's give him James Harden, beard to beard, and go with that. All right?
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're going to have to leave it there. We need to end the segment so we can talk a little bit about the National Football League. K-Dub, I'm going to let you get a word in real quick, and then I'm going to give Big Rube the final word, and then we're going to end the segment. K-Dub, you got a lap?
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to everybody that can hear my voice, man. Everybody stay cool and, you know, take care of yourselves, man.
K-Dub, we're going to deal with you. We're going to get you on the air periodically. We know we're not going to be able to have you every single week, but whenever you're available, let us know. We're going to have you on as much as we can. We love your contributions to the show, so we appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Big Rube, final word on the segment.
I'm saying James Harden's not going to average 30 points. He will lead the league in scoring. Also, in the East, if you don't win 50 games, you're not getting the top 4. Lead the league in scoring, and that's regardless of whoever you are. And the Lakers going to playoffs again, so I'm sick of hearing y'all. What?
Sick of hearing it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the National Football League, talk a little bit about the 3 games that we saw on yesterday that none of us was very happy about, and then we'll talk about some other stuff when we get to it. Marcus J. Ain't no half stepping. Be back in a minute.
Yo, what's good, my peeps? It's that boy T. Hunt, that Jersey representative holding it down in Delaware. Chilling with my man Marcus J. and the crew on Ain't No Half Steppin', covering every and any relevant topic on globalscaleradio.net every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in and holler at your man. Yay, yay.